Alright, ladies and gents, welcome to another magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer. The moon is in Aquarius, and get ready to go. Get ready to go. It's go time. Get ready to G-O. High level, God level, collective level. This is it. Every day is it, but this is it-er. And this is why you're going to really recognize without a shadow of a doubt, you played yourself. You enabled individuals, okay, to take their perception of you and undermine your true potential in ways you've allowed to limit yourself. Other people have the right to express their outside looking in perception of you. Such critique enables you to integrate more wisdom through your experience. You making their problems your problems, on the other hand, is only your fault, because no one can make you do anything. But you can allow people to influence you in ways that they shouldn't, considering that they don't even know you, because they don't even know full aspects of themselves. Outside of that, you're going to see this microcosmic inner battle be played in the macrocosmic through your dealings with others, because Aquarius is a narrator, and with the moon that is second house to this Capricorn sun, what this is going to gear to do is very, very, very powerfully manifest the next level of your superpowers. What happened was we had a new moon in Sagittarius cycle eclipse with the sun in Sagittarius, and then the moon went in Capricorn, and that manifested the power of this magical perception. Now, at part 2, at this high collective power, we started a new cycle, completing the power that we ascended into, and now we're manifesting, as the activation of this new moon is the knowledge of a power. And this is so important because this is the first time we're having an aspect like this with Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius and Mercury in Aquarius. So you're literally going to know. Last month was all about gaining an initial experience to draw off on. Everyone watching this is at different places of their life. So some of you have been mastered your superpowers. You're just mastering higher aspects. Others of you are coming into this concept for the first time. Don't worry about abilities. Super abilities are not superpowers. Superpowers lead into abilities. Okay? They're synonymous like cardinal and mutable signs are, but they're still not the same. The superpowers you're activating is the supernatural nature of your character, the power in the integrity of your character, which you're now activating this new cycle by manifesting high collective knowledge. If you didn't know what you were rocking with, you will know because of direct experience. This moon in Aquarius is squaring yo ass in Taurus. Uranus in Taurus. It's also squaring Mars, which is also squaring Saturn. And so much of the friction between the individual revolution of your new physiological processes and independence against a totalitarian, strict, lacking integrity, systemic authority is going to, with this moon, key you in to what new revolution we're getting ready to spark. Do be mindful of news reports you hear in the world that steer a narrative away from the truth in an effort to take your power away, which you'll know they're taking your power away because it requires you believe something instead of be presented with facts. A lot of the narratives that are presented to you are out of context. They're bringing into play half-truths, and they're meant to paint a picture on groups of people that really put them in a box and strip away the individuality of who they are. When you just label me a Trump supporter, or when you just label me a part of the spiritual community, you're taking away what makes me unique from other members of this fictitious community, which is just a label. You are not a label. You are not a societal label. You are you. This is why I say if you let people play you like that, that's not their fault. That's your fault. You got to take responsibility for that. You need to take your power back. So keep that in mind, because let me use an example. A lot of people think that they're very intelligent by pushing this pseudo-intellectual rhetoric, that people are just so skeptical of vaccines because they're going to bring up common misconceptions about what certain uneducated people or ignorant people may have about the vaccines, but they put this in a very misleading, deceptive argument with half-truths to make it look like people who believe against this all believe the same. So you'll hear standard arguments about, oh, well, the vaccine wasn't clinically tested or tried. Oh, well, the vaccine isn't safe. Oh, well, the vaccine took too little. And these are some, issues that certain people have, issues with. But they wrap the argument around to make it look like, oh, see, you're just uneducated and you blame fake news for everything you can't accept. But what you're seeing here is a straw man fallacy. It's presenting a series of arguments that make it look like the opposing force believes that, when really it's totally different. Many adherents against taking vaccinations aren't even anti-vax. That's a label that people believe so you can judge other people you don't even know. There's nothing wise about that. These same people will say don't judge a book by its cover. Other than that, most people who are not stupid and realize that this virus was leaked, making you wonder why they want you to vaccinate you with the virus was leaked, they sidestep these presuppositions and create a narrative that gaslights the real issue. It's not that people don't believe in vaccines, it's that people can't trust vaccine providers. So when you tell me that, oh no, this was tested, oh no, the vaccine works, it takes away the main argument of can you even trust the people who make it for whatever reasons. It's very subtle, and I'm using just one example. It applies to every part of your life. And you have to be willing to confront and address these fake narratives with your own unique individuality, because you have a unique individual experience, and everything you're hearing from people is hearsay that they get from experts that they have to take up on faith. They weren't there studying, analyzing. Anyone could have made some shit up, and they have to, at the end of the day, they don't know. You're not dealing with people who know. Anyone who really knows is telling you the truth and getting censored. So, something to really keep in mind, because a whole lot of how this energy is getting ready to shift with this new cycle in Capricorn is going to revolutionize and redefine how you anchor the higher knowledge moon in Aquarius into your own physiological body, because your body is different from any other body. You have unique DNA sequences, unique from any other people's body, and this is what you're going to integrate, because you're manifesting the knowledge moon in Aquarius, processing it mentally with Mercury, downloading abundance of wisdom with Jupiter, and mastering it with Saturn. It's coming down to Taurus, and this is an inner clash you're going to see also without. For those of you who are worried about, oh, I got blocked from this, oh, I got blocked from this is a square. It's an opportunity to innovate and manifest something unique. Taurus takes a while. So when you're dealing against Saturn in Aquarius, which is mainstream influences that have many resources, yeah, they might be more popular than you, but you're stronger. It might take longer to make this monopoly of yours and not get sued or antitrust lawsuits, but it's going to be authentic. It's going to be real. And that's way more valuable than some fake popular shit. Other than that, though, beware of the false narratives, the false presuppositions, okay? For example, a lot of people I'm going to use the Capitol Hill as an example. A lot of people are using this fake-ass narrative that, oh, Mike Pence didn't have the authority to do that, and he's going against his constitutional authority. That's a false narrative. That's a fake presupposition. This isn't about him not having the power to overturn election results. He was not overturning election results. So we're presenting a false presupposition to make the situation look different from what it is. The false narrative is, oh, Trump wanted to give Mike Pence the power to overturn the elections in his favor. But that's not what he's doing. When you tell people at a Turning Point rally that you share their concerns and that you don't believe that the votes were counted correctly and that we will have our day in Congress, it's very deceptive to last minute change your mind and put this false narrative out to make people think, oh, he's doing the right thing, which people do all the time. Politicians do this all the time, and people eat it the fuck up because they're stupid as hell, or they just don't care. And so you realize that Mike Pence would not be doing anything outside of his authority. Think about it. If he wasn't able to do that, why does he have the opportunity to object votes? That's clear contradiction right there. The fact that he has the ability to do that means it's well within his right. And he would not be overturning election results. He would be rejecting certified votes that were illegally obtained through fraud. Whether you believe there's fraud or not, we're beyond that, because you either believe it or not. But for those who aren't fucking stupid and, understand the truth, that Moon and Virgo fact check is coming soon again. But, you'll realize in this context, what he's actually doing is his job. This is how people weave rhetoric to change the perception, Neptune and Pisces, and deceive so many people. So now you're thinking, oh, okay, he was doing what, was constitutionally right, when actually he used a lie, a false presupposition, and false rhetoric to deceive people. We know it's deceptive because you said one thing and did the other. So, when Lynn Wood calls him a traitor, Lynn Wood knows what he's talking about. Lynn Wood also has Saturn and Neptune in Libra. So, a defamation lawyer that won so much money from someone being defamed is not just going to say things about people on social media without knowing the law. Come on, let's use our brains. So this is not about the elections. This is about seeing how these presuppositions are weaved to deceive people, and how everything that is applying macroly applies to your life too. Don't let people hit you with the okie doke. Your friends, your family, people close to you will do this, disrespecting the part of you that's awakening in an effort to really just tolerate and enable mediocrity. This isn't about agreeing with what I agree with. You don't have to agree with a single thing I agree with. If you take anything from this message, don't let your authenticity be undermined by forces who think that you're just a pawn and a statistic in their stupid little world. You are a starseed amongst millions of galaxies. And with the Moon in Aquarius, you're going to draw intuitively on this astral causal aspect of yourself. You're going to manifest more aspects of yourself that are not just reduced by materialist reductionists who dismiss your soul and spirit. And you're really going to come into a higher advanced knowledge, not rhetoric, knowledge and understanding of how to directly utilize this in your life. The cycle has begun. So, tap into what your abilities are. Be open to understanding new aspects of it. Aquarius is going to have you understand the cosmic nature of the integrity of your character. And so this is more of a time to be excited about what's awakening, because so many of you are still looking outside for some savior to save you. President Trump is not your fucking savior. If you voted for Joe Biden is not your savior. The only person that's going to get you out of this or whatever you're going through is you. This is why you're being distracted from uncovering this with these pointless topics. I don't get distracted. I weave these topics to refocus back on you, because you are the victor here, okay? Regardless of if we even clash perceptually, this is your life. I'm an extra in your life right now. So you can take what I say with a grain of salt. You can dismiss it. You can hate it. You can love it. It's all energy. And just please understand that the people who you're rolling with are not who you think they are. You're being reestablished with your true soul group. And this is going to reveal colors of people who are never real and people who are just assigned to keep tabs on you, okay? Your inability to confront them enables them to keep doing what they're doing. So if you want to stop being a coward and confront these people, confront these people. If you've been confronting these people, keep it up. Stay strong. And outside of that, you're definitively manifesting high-level knowledge about what you can do with your abilities, what that makes you, who that makes you, why that makes you, and what part of the revolution you playing a role in. Because it's not going to be some outer authority figure who's going to hold these people accountable. This was an infraction on you. You are going to hold these people accountable, and you are going to activate like never before these supernatural abilities. Please understand there are people today still ridiculing you for walking this narrow path of believing this extra dimensional facet of yourself. But that's why they gonna stay basic, influenced, and puppets, and you gonna rise and ascend. I know that might sound elitist and arrogant and pretentious, but it's the truth. And until next time.